Thank you for checking out this little teaser of the history of the papacy and church. Here's a little taste of what's coming up soon on the History of the Papacy podcast. Now, if you like what you hear, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. If you want to support the podcast even more, consider becoming a Patreon on patreon.com/history of the papacy. There are many levels and benefits for you, and you help keep the history of the papacy going. You can learn more about all of this at historyofthepapacypodcast.com. With that, here's another piece of the mosaic of the popes of Rome and Christian church, and I will definitely be talking to you more soon. If you want to build a new moral framework, it's really hard to do that from scratch. Yes. And there's going to be a lot of problems along the way. And maybe the early 20th century shows that building it from scratch is almost an impossible thing to do when you're not building off of something else. And with all its foibles of organized religion, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, whatever, they have those ideas of morality baked into them. And maybe people have an internal morality, but if there's no systems to build onto, there's a lot of problems that can come when you're just trying to go from scratch.
Yeah. And again, that's really what Nietzsche and Dostoevsky and a lot of those great thinkers were concerned with, is we've had our society based on this in human society for so long. The monotheistic faiths. And even if you look at some of the, like the Mesopotamian and Egyptian religions as well, they're very similar, like Marduk and these stories of creation. They're very similar to biblical Judeo-Christian accounts of creation. So they're different in a sense, yes, but their value structures are still, fairly similar. And for so long, human society has been built on these ideas. And it goes back to the ideas of Carl Jung, which is chaos and order.